know you heard me on the radio, flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio, flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Rutgers goes down 31-28. The program, guys, this team just stinks. Just not good this year. There's nothing we could do. The defense is abominable. It's pathetic. And Ethan Kaliakmanis, all the hype and all the nonsense that went into him this year, nah. Dude just doesn't have it. Throws a terrible pick early in the game, was way off for a good portion of that second quarter, costs a ton of momentum in the game. Minnesota's able to catch up, tie it up 14-14. Once again, the team is absolutely hapless in the third quarter, just nothing doing. Fourth quarter, once again, they try to mount a comeback. I don't know what was going on that last drive. You want the ball in the offense's hand. If you had asked anybody if it was a close game, would you rather the ball be in the offense's hand with 3 minutes left, or would you rather the defense have it? Everybody would have said the offense with 3 minutes. But that's where this is really hilarious. The offense, which is supposed to be the savior of this team, they didn't do their job today. They had the ball with 3 minutes left, and they don't do a damn. They go down the field, and I didn't even understand what the clock management was at the end there. Schiano's calling timeouts, gifting Fleck the ability not to call his timeouts. We're going hurry up when we've got 3 timeouts, and we want to run the clock, and we want to put a nice, good drive together. We're hurrying up. Couple times it worked. A lot of times it didn't. And then Ethan, just the ball goes through his legs. Whoever screw up that was, whether it was Shiraka, Ethan, Zelinskis, who cares? It's another loss for Rutgers. Another loss. And don't even get started on the first drive. You go down the field like a hot knife through butter, and then you run it 3-4 times in the red zone, don't get anywhere, and miss another field goal. And then you trot out this kid because he's got more leg than Patel to kick this field. Everybody in the stadium knew it was a miss. Just like everybody knew it was a miss against Illinois last year, but we gifted them the game. Fact is, this team's not going bowling. As far as I can see right now, they're not going to a bowl game. So flush this thing. Flush this thing. You think they're going to beat Washington on the road and have any chance against most of the rest of the schedule? Not happening. Not happening. It's year 6. Year 6 of Schiano 2.0. I don't want to hear, we'll get there. No, you won't. You haven't gotten there. When are you going to get there? You're not getting there now. Last year was a huge missed opportunity, and now this year is just looking like more of the same nonsense. Ethan Kaliakmanis, 21 of 34 for 249 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Had a decent game most of the game, but when it counted, didn't get it done. Antoine Raymond, I thought he had a good game, really good game. 26 carries, 161 yards, averaging 6.2 a carry, 2 touchdowns. It's a shame that, with the breakout, really good game Raymond had, we just couldn't get anything else going whatsoever. Sam Brown made a debut. I was pretty surprised Sam Brown made the debut. I don't know if Greg thought that was some nifty psyop or whatever to have him play. He was okay. 5 rushes for 12 yards, nothing special. Got pancaked terribly on a blitz where Ethan goes down and our offense started to stall. The offensive line falls apart in all the worst possible spaces today. Duff, respectable game, 6 receptions, 84 yards. Sheffield, really nice game, 5 receptions for 74. If he had just been able to come down with that pass in the end zone on that last drive, Ethan laid it right in his hands, but he was covered. It was tough. Refereeing, can't put it on much. I mean, relatively even. There was definitely a hold. I mean, it would have been nice if we got a hold call there at the end, on Sheffield. It was clearly a hold, defensive holding. But you got to catch the ball regardless. It sucks we didn't get that call. But, of course, Iowa got that call last week. That's life in the Big Ten as a Rutgers fan. You're never going to get the calls that help you get over the hump. But the other team's always going to get them. That wasn't the story in this game, though. I thought the ref swallowed the whistle, and it was a pretty fairly called game. Drake Lindsay, escaped pressure once again. Weaver did have 1 sack, and it was a timely sack, and it did force a stop, and it did give us a chance to win the game, but it was just not enough. When Minnesota gets the ball back, we can't get to him. Story of the year. You get in the backfield, you can't catch him. He runs out of trouble, throws the ball to, I believe, Tracy, and it's on from there. Lindsey dominated and ate up this pathetic Rutgers defense. 31 of 41, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. This defense is pathetic. This is a terrible defense. Flat out. They stopped them here and there. They're not going to stop anybody. You're going to have straight up races to beat anybody through the air. But even we've shown time and time again, we can't keep up the whole game. This offense is not going to make it happen when it counts. It was a joke, an utter joke that you go out. You don't go out with a tough incompletion or a 4th down stand or a goal line stand. No, you go down and you go out with the freaking snap going between your legs. What a joke. At what point is Rutgers? Who cares? I'm glad there's a bye week because I'm sick of watching this nonsense. I'm sick of it. They're not going to – you look at this schedule, this team ain't going bowling. So you retool. You see what Surace has next year. You better retool and overhaul that entire defense from the coordinator, all of the staff down. I want guys taking walks. I want to go out and recruit guys, whatever. That defense is pathetic. You're going to lose a bunch of offensive guys. Strong's probably gone. Calic Manis is gone. Hey, serviceable guy. Got us to a bowl last year. Helped us to lose the bowl. This year, nice in the out-of-conference schedule. Has been not all that in the conference schedule. Whatever. Hope Surace is ready to play next year, and you just retool. How long this is going to go on, this mediocre play, I don't know. I give Shiano props, and look, I was one of the people cheering for him to come back. I believed in the system. I believed in him. He got us back to respectability. We are still a far cry from the Ash era, which is great. But this team is what it is, and it's a very mediocre bottom half of the Big Ten team. And that's what this team is. That's what this program is. I'm not trying to knock these kids. Ian Strong, Calic Manis, they play their hearts out for Rutgers. Raymond, I love the kids. I'm supporting the team in the best way I can. I'm there every week. I do this show. But it's just a bad product for fans now. How do you come out of the first drive with 0 points and then lose the game by 3 points? You can't come out of that first drive with 0 points. You can't throw that ill-timed interception to give great field position to Minnesota after they just scored a touchdown and you were still up 14-7. You've got to at least change field position. You can't spot them another 7 points and allow it to be tied 14-14. You can't continually come out of the half just looking pathetically lost every game so that the third quarter is basically just a lost black hole. You can't do it. 402 total yards for Rutgers to 359 for Minnesota. 324 through the air for them, 249 for us. We outrushed the living hell out of them, 153-35. But somehow, because our secondary and pass rush is so pathetic, they still outgained us. They didn't outgain us, but they still beat us. 29 first downs, they're 18. 7 of 14, they're 5 of 11. We ran 76 plays. They ran 59. That's what happens when your defense is pathetic. You can run less plays and still look like you're dominating because our defense is so pathetically bad and unready for this season on so many levels. So many levels. Penalties, 5 for 41 for Rutgers, 3 for 30 for Minnesota. No excuses with the end of that game. No excuses with the ball tumbling between your legs. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I don't even agree with the field goal. Just go for it on 4th down. You're not making that field goal. Everybody knew you're not making that field goal no matter who's kicking it. Not happening. Special teams have been a joke this season. You nearly gave up a field goal before the end of the half with another terrible coverage unit on a kickoff. Pathetic. I got an idea. Why doesn't Rob Smith and Greg Schiano change positions? Let Greg coach the defense because the defense is pathetic. And let Smith go back to where he had success in the late aughts and go coach special teams because Greg can't do it. I am just sick and tired of investing time and energy into this program. I am sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. You think this team's going to get over the hump and find 3 wins out of the remaining schedule? It's going to be a real tough task. They better go do the same soul searching they did last season in the bye week that they did and then apply it to this season. You better change up a whole bunch and come out a whole new program on the other side of that bye week if you expect to win even one more game. There is not a game on that schedule that Rutgers is not capable of losing. Forget winning. They're capable of losing every game on that schedule. And chances are they'll lose most of them. It's infuriating to watch. It's infuriating to sit through. It's infuriating to continually support. And at some point, something's got to give. You got to come up with a takeaway. You got to not screw up and get a ridiculous penalty at an inopportune time. You got to not have an absurd fumble on a snap at an inopportune time. You got to not throw a pick in your own end at 2 out of 2 Big Ten games so far. You got to stop. It's just, it's infuriating to watch. I'm not in the right headspace to even do this show. It is what it is. Just again, Ethan is Ethan. Minnesota knew who he was. Other teams know who he is. He's pretty good sometimes. He deserved to win that Illinois game last year. He put the team on his back, but the coach screwed up. And then when the coach makes the right call sometimes, he screws up. 2 picks in 2 games in the Big Ten this season that were really costly. Big pick in the bowl game last year, really costly. End of the day, huge step up from what we had. Great kid, great fighter, great family, but mediocrity all around on this team. This program is the definition of mediocre. The definition of mediocre. And we can't be happy with this. Can't be happy with 2 pathetic moral victories against 2 winnable teams in 2 winnable games in the Big Ten. A lot of times on that field, I know in the second half, Minnesota had some athletes too, were evenly matched in a lot of ways, and they played hard. But early on in that game, the way our offense was moving, I mean, we should have ran away with it and had enough of a cushion that didn't happen. But mental mistakes, questionable play calling, questionable special teams, once again sinks us. There's always something to sink us. You know, last year it's an injury. This year it's special teams. Next year it'll be, this guy transferred, whatever. I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I'm sick and tired of the excuses. I'm sick and tired of the way that this plays out every year. I'm sick and tired of sitting through hapless, absurd losses. If it was a straight up game, fought your tail off, fine. But to throw a pick in an inopportune time, you gift them a quick 14 points to tie it when you had got out the gate in such a dominant fashion. You miss a field goal. You have terrible play calling that led up to that field goal. So you flush a great drive with 0 points. It comes back to bite you. You go out with a snap going through your legs. It's not good enough by a long shot. It's not good enough by a long shot. And I'm sick and tired of following it. I'm sick and tired of watching it. This bye week comes at a great time for me to take some time off from this program. And I hope they come back and do something for these fans. Because we're sticking in there. We've been sticking in there. We root for these kids. We love these kids. We want them success individually. But we've been waiting for – we're not even asking for a national title. We're not asking for a Big Ten title. We're not asking for a college football playoff spot. We're not asking for a premier bowl. I just want to go 6-6 and get to a bowl. Maybe they'll come back and give it to me. Maybe they won't. End of the day, I'm a fan. I can spend my energy and time where I wish. If you guys haven't done so, please click subscribe. Join the channel if you'd like to support what I do and be a sponsor, because you guys listening is pretty much the only thing that's keeping me going with this team right now. We'll see what I do this week in terms of a show. We hope you enjoyed, I guess, this show, this game, whatever. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Rutgers is not giving you anything to enjoy or cheer about, so find something else to put your energy and time into. Friends, family, other activities. Maybe you got a better NFL team. If you're in the New York area, you probably don't. Sorry about that. But end of the day, it's another loss from Rutgers, pretty much expected at this point in the fashion that we all expect. And this, in year 6 of Greg Schiano, this is where we're at. I'll talk to all you guys later. Let's hope for better things to come. But so far, it's not looking very encouraging. Larry K, out.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. love the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone